How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much. I'm privileged to be on this call today with all of you out there sharing knowledge. Lori's going to attempt to get on. She had a kind of a, I'm not going to say emergency, but she has a client that needed her. She is instrumental in supporting people from going out of balance into balance. So she needed to be on a call right now, and she's going to try to pop over and I'll explain what Lori does. But my name's MB Mittleman. I live in Southern California. I'm actually in San Diego now, and I live in Palm Desert. And one of the first things that I do on a call is I pick my IM card because it's my intention for this call and to get myself grounded. So I'm sure you're all familiar with my IM card. So I'm going to choose one right now just to get me in state for this call, which I love. Okay, I am the real deal. So you guys can put your, certainty straps on here. I am the real deal. And that gave me a sense of certainty, and all my human needs are met now because I picked my I am card. I also have a little deck called the contemplation cards, and I love them. They're just really cute little cards. So I'm going to pick one as well. And I picked play. So now all of a sudden, that intensity, I was getting nervous, like, oh my God, I'm sharing on this call. Who am I? What do I know? You guys know more than me, right? So all of a sudden I pick play and I feel, oh, I don't have to take myself so seriously, right? And this is all coming back to ourselves and working this Juice Plus business. And I know this call has been instrumental for me to learning the website, the comp plan, how to do all this stuff that is called our business. But today I'm going to kind of like go from another angle. And I'm a nutritional microscopist. And what that is, I look at blood under the microscope and tell people if they're in or out of balance. So with that said, we're not all microscopists, but actually we can incorporate the language that you can approach people that you know, love, and care about, and that you meet on a day-to-day basis, that can give them some information that may encourage, intrigue, build curiosity, or that sense of FOMO. As I love Sylvia, it's like, I'm FOMO, you guys, fear of missing out. But more than anything, what this call to me means in this training is getting to really look at yourself and say, what am I afraid of? Why am I afraid of being myself? That I don't care how many degrees I have under my belt. I still get into that place of like, oh my gosh, what do I know? Fear, and that thing of like, how can someone say yes to me because who am I? And that's where this, I hear that. Yeah, thank you. I hear like my play card. That means, let go of whatever you think I know or I don't know and just be my authentic self. So I have my little, I encourage you guys to make one of these. This is my little MB box. You can make a love box, a God box, whatever you want to call it. So I took a cigar box and I put little stones and made this like, you were meant to shine is here. And when you open it up, it says, start each day with a grateful heart. So each day I take my God box and I write my intention for today. Like, be brave, be strong, pick an I am card, be the real deal. So whatever it is, it reminds me of who I am today before I even like look at any of you guys. This is my daily conversation, and I guess it's the law of rituals and the routine that I do to make sure that I'm wired in, because it's too easy for me to get off track. I don't know about you guys, but it's too easy for me to take the low road, the safe road. Oh, I'm not up to this today. I don't feel powerful. And inside my little box, I have a little angel and I have a picture of my kids. So whatever you want to put in your box, like create one, because it really is just an anchor to grounding yourself to who you are. So I love my cards. I've got that going on. And the purpose of this call today is to how to share beyond this message of inspiring healthy living, because that seems kind of like, I'm not going to say boring, but it seems like you've heard that before. I've heard that before. Oh, you can be healthier. Okay, blah, blah. In my head, I'm thinking, well, who cares about that? Like, I eat healthy. Go away from me. go back off. I don't want to hear about your capsules of whatever. And to make this really a life-changing, life-enhancing experience. So you want to take who you are as a human being, not just as a Juice Plus rep, like rah, rah, let me wear the t-shirt, put the bumper sticker on. This isn't about that. It's about inspiring people to be on your path, to be seeking like you guys are seeking, like being brave, like being courageous, like letting go of a lot of the fear to be who we are today. We're not going to wake up one day and become this NMD and have like thousands of people in our organization and feel that, our bank account is filling up. And, we have to act as if that's already happening today, because it takes a lot of work, love, belief to wake up each day and do what we do. I don't care if you're a mother, if you're a partner in a relationship, if you're an employee for someone. It takes a lot of focus and effort to be who we are in a world where anything can happen. And what I really love in this training is getting over some of the obstacles, because if you guys get in your car right now, you're going to hit a lot of green lights, maybe. But are you guys going to hit some red lights and yellow lights when you drive? Or if you're in a taxi in New York City, you're going to hit lights. And do we want to hit the red lights? I don't. I want to just get the green lights and go. And I use this metaphor in my head because when I get to a red light now, I've transformed that. When I get to a red light, it's my opportunity to breathe. And I can be grateful. I can say, oh, this is my time to get in tune with myself, and I'm not always like this, but it's a good anchor. So it's the same thing in our business and our day-to-day life. If we hit a no, we could just go, oh, make it mean all these things. Or we could just take a deep breath and say, who am I? What's going on? What am I feeling? Do I feel like I'm ready to call the next person or meet the next person? Because we are sensitive beings. The people that are so hard ass, how did they get to that point? But then they're not really approachable. So it's that balance of experiencing the red light or even the yellow light, and then just being patient to get that green light. And that's the yes in our business, because once we get a yes, it's not even a definite yes, is it? Someone could oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I've got all this product. I'm not taking it. What does that mean? And so that sometimes is my biggest fear. I'm like, oh my gosh, are they going to cancel, or what's going to happen? And it's just like in life. I remember being younger, and I don't know if any of you have had this experience, but you may have had a friend and all of a sudden they had a new best friend. How did that leave you feeling oh, am I not good enough? Why is Susie now friends with Maggie? And what happened to me? And so then all of a sudden, all my character defects get blown up, and all of a sudden I feel less than or insecure. So this business can bring up that feeling within each and every one of us. And that's why the power of these calls and being connected to all you guys and knowing you've hit hurdles, you've hit the obstacles, you've hit the red light. But what gave you that extra oomph to say, okay, that's one red light. That's not every person, right? So I take out my little box. I've got to be reminded. I'm born to shine. That's why I have my cards. Another tool I use is this Marianne Williamson book, A Year of Miracles. And it's not dated it's not like January 6th. I just open it up, and today it says, today how I do things is as important of what I do. So I like this book. I like her. And anyway, it's daily devotions and reflections. I'm just sharing with you tools that help me to stay on track, stay connected to myself and my higher self. And it even gets me all worked up. The first thing I do too, and I'm going to stay on track now. I'm breathing. The first thing I did in this business was a little community map. Myself in the middle is the heart, and I drew every single community I had a connection with, whether or not I was engaged 100%. If I just had a toe in a community, I put it down here. So this is a great way so you don't feel alone. because some days I'm like, oh my gosh, like who can I connect with? What should I do? Because there's new communities we can get involved with each and every day. Each and every day there's like new people, because you can meet one person and they may be the red light, but they may know people, because sometimes someone might say, oh, I eat healthy and I don't need you. But then they might have a sibling who's experiencing allergies, because we're either in balance or out of balance, you guys. And a lot of times when we're out of balance, people justify the experience. Oh, I have allergies. Well, allergies really to me indicate dirty blood. Someone might say, oh, I'm okay. I'm on medication for high blood pressure or cholesterol or blood sugar levels. Whatever it is, someone will come up with their, reason why they don't need what I want to offer, because they're already on meds. Now, the thing I think is really cool about the Trio and the Juice Plus and the oils is that it doesn't really matter what age you're at. Every single person on the planet needs what we have. It's not a special, something that's going to help female hormones, or it's not going to help just with memory. This is something that each and every person can utilize in the body at a cellular level. So in that way, I think that takes away all the information. You don't need to know anything. That's what I'm telling you. People get fearful. Well, how do you know if there's pesticides or fertilizers that are unhealthy? Because people live in a state of what today? Fear. So I tell them this product and this company has guaranteed us that each product, each ingredient in these products have been, safe. There's no pesticides. They're grown in a way that is overseen, and each ingredient, we can have certainty that what we're putting in our body is pure and clean. It's not going to be filled with something that is a chemical, okay? So right there, to me, I'm like, I have certainty with this, that if somebody wants to infuse their body with whole food nutrition easily, we have it right here. And it's easy to take around with us. We have our little container. I even buy a ton of these, and I make up samples for people so they can have something very easy to just take each day in their purse or in their car. And it makes it easy, so they're just not in these containers. And the next thing I do, once I draw my community map, so I remember who am I in my community. And I even have my community of people I want to be connected to. Then I fill out this potential team member profile, and I've kind of enhanced the font and made it a little bit easier to read. And what this is it gives me the opportunity to think of anyone in my life who I can write about. Do they have entrepreneurial skills? Are they a self-starter? Are they more of a follower? Do they want to be healthy? So it allows me to take my community map and make a little profile for each one of them. And as I'm making this profile, I'm getting more connected to the person. So when I do talk to them, I can acknowledge their greatness and say, you know what, I've noticed that sometimes I get tired in my day. Do you get tired? And they might go, yeah, I do. And then they drink what? More coffee. Well, I don't get tired, and I don't even drink coffee. And they're always looking at me like, how do you do that? How do you live on 5 hours of sleep? You don't drink coffee. And I just, I take this and I drink water. Hello, easy, right? And because the way we feel is about eating, living, thinking, and feeling. It's not just the foods we eat. It's the thoughts we think. It's the feelings that we're feeling. It's the environment in which we live. Some of us live like in this gorgeous beach community. Some people live in a city. We all live in a different environment. So no one has we're not living on top of a mountain, meditating all day, eating perfectly, and being a microscopist. And I look at the blood under the microscope. I don't care how healthy someone tells me they are. There always room to grow. Always. So if you have friends or people in your community, I eat healthy, I don't need that. You can tell them, wow, I've had my blood done. Or I heard from a woman who does blood testing that she looks at the blood. The blood is supposed to look like this. But I see all these other things going on. What does it mean? Sometimes we're not digesting food and our blood turns out looking like lemons. Sometimes they look like donuts because the food that we eat is being converted to sugar. So our cells are being fermented. Sometimes our blood's sticking together because we're not eating a very alkaline-based diet. And what is that? We're not eating 75% veggies and 25% other. And I don't care if you eat red meat, chicken, turkey, fish, whatever it is. A lot of people don't eat enough water-based content food, so their blood sticks together. So even if someone eats healthy, people get into the fermented food, there's all these different waves of like craze. And to me, that's another reason why Juice Plus, it's every day for the rest of my life. Every single day for the rest of my life, I'm going to be infusing my body with something I have certainty, because you can't negate the nutrient. Then they're going to go, isn't there sugar in the fruit capsules? No, because the way they've been low heat dehydrated and they're encapsulated, we're getting the nutrient from all these foods, which is amazing. Okay. So I see blood and I talk to people, they're eating really healthy, but I find out, they're scared of what? Eating fat. Because if they eat fat, they're going to what? Get fat. That's why these omegas, and they're all plant-based, are phenomenal. I love these. You don't burp up fish oils. You need good fats. Why? Does anyone know? The nervous system function needs fats. To think, the cognitive thinking. We need good fats for the lubrication of our cells and joints. We need good fats because we need fat to burn fat. Fat is so crucial to our day-to-day energy and vitality and our skin, our elasticity of our skin. So a lot of people are thinking fat is not that important. It is. It's crucial to living a healthy life and to allow fat to absorb the toxins out of the fatty tissue to get out of our body. And I'm going to explain a little bit until Lori can or cannot get on this call. Lori is a lymphatic specialist, and she uses this specialized ozone to help to clear out the congestion in the lymph system. And every person, I've been doing blood testing like this for 20 years. And when I first started, I was at Tony Robbins events overseeing like 2,000 people's blood. So I have seen blood from every country, from every nutritional protocol. Believe me, I have seen it all. And 9 times out of 10, I don't care who you are, what you eat or drink, you have some sort of adrenal fatigue, which means the adrenal glands have kind of been pushed out of whack. The adrenal glands are to the right and left of our belly button, and they are there for the fight or flight energy. So like, say there's an emergency, your adrenal glands go into effect to help someone in need. But because of the way we live and the stress and our adrenal glands are totally overused. Another area of the body that is really compromised is the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is the rivers and streams of our body, and it should be fluid like water. But because of the way we eat, the thoughts we think, and dehydration and everything else, when we travel, do you want to go get in your car or an airplane and chug down a gallon of water? I don't want to have to pee when I'm driving. I got stuck in a traffic jam up 3 days ago in San Diego that I was in the car seriously 4.5 hours. And I was sipping on my 16-ounce bottle of water, because I didn't want to have to pee. So we have times in our life, not every day, that our systems get compromised. And the lymphatic system turns into cottage cheese. What does that mean? It's blocking the toxins from getting out of our system. So once again, by taking the quad, I call it, or the trio, we get the opportunity to eliminate toxic waste from our body. Why? Because it encourages healthy elimination. If you've been on the product, if you have people on the product and they go, it's not doing anything. Do you guys ever hear that? I don't feel anything. Well, try not taking it for a month and see how your system functions. You're not going to eliminate as regularly, because when plus, it's putting great deposits and oxygenating the cells at a cellular level, which encourages healthy elimination. It's encouraging all our vital organs to function at a higher rate of effectiveness. So we're eliminating more toxins when we're taking this. Now, it seems that to me is not scientific. It makes sense. You're putting healthier food in our body. We can't eat enough to get the nutrients that we're getting, unless we're spending all day eating our salads and chew. No one does that, I guarantee you. If they do, then they're boring. Sorry if you're boring out there. I don't mean to criticize you, but do you guys get what I'm talking about? Another thing I love is my lemon water in the morning. So very cleansing and alkalizing. Anyway, so I just wanted to go over the blood, the significance of what we're encouraging people. I eat healthy is very generalized. Trust me. When I have clients, they'll go, I eat really healthy, and I'll have them write down a day in their life of what they eat. It is not healthy. Trust me. They think it's healthy, and it's probably healthier than most people on the planet, but it's not healthy. That word healthy is kind of, gotten a little crazy. Everybody's like, I'm healthy. I'm healthy. Really? Are you meditating every day? Are you vibrating? I already went on my 10-minute vibration machine. I'm doing all this so I can put reservoirs of deposits in my body, because I have certainty today I'm going to be taken off track. Someone's going to pull in front of me in a car, and it's going to, startle me. I might get stuck at a red light more than I want to today. I might have someone that isn't calling me back. And what happens? Someone taught me this one. Q-tip, quit taking it personally. I would internalize everything. Someone's not calling me right back. Oh my God. No one does this, I'm sure, on the phone. No one feels on this call right now, right? Do you ever not get a call back and totally take it personally, like they're avoiding me? Oh my gosh, they're tired of me, like being healthy. They're sick of me. We can make up crazy stories in our head. That's crazy, right? But this is what happens. That's why I try to leave Q-tips now, because I had to do this today, because I felt like someone was avoiding me today, my sister-in-law, and I was like making it mean this whole thing. Oh my God, I said this, I did this. You know what? That's her problem. I started going, oh my gosh, I'm all wrapped up thinking about this, and it's taking me away from myself. That's crazy. So we're missing this opportunity to make a difference for so many people in the planet, because one person, we're spending like days, sometimes days, right? Am I right, you guys? Days thinking about, oh my God, did I offend this person? Am I too pushy? Am I not pushy enough? These are things that go on in my heart and soul every day doing this Juice Plus business. And to me, it goes beyond a business, I have to say. Even though I'm calling it a business now, I never really look at it like that. This to me is way more than a business. It's a community of people that hold me accountable to myself. Let me repeat that. This is a community of people that hold me together and inspire me to be connected to myself. Because I sometimes want to hide from being me. Because I'm not thin enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not whoever, right? No one out there ever feels like this, right? I'm the only one. So getting back to our path of how we're going to inspire healthy living globally to each and every person, we need to get out of our own way. Do you get that? We need to get out of our way. We can read our Go Pro. I love this book. It's like, oh my God, I underline every single sentence. I'm thinking, why do people underline if I'm underlining the whole dang book? Do you guys get that? This is another book I love. You Are a Badass at Making Money. I don't know if you guys have read this. We can read books up our kazoo, right? Every day. What is this helping me do? To get in touch with who I am. What are my obstacles? Where do I take a meaning to every single thing? Because that's a block to me being the best I can be in this community called Juice Plus. So I love that. And I just got this book, and I'm going to read it. Go for no. Hey, who cares, right? If I get a couple red lights. Is that going to define who I am? I hope not, because I might as well dig a hole and go away right now, right? So we've got a lot of things that we can use to inspire ourselves. So I want you guys to take a moment. I don't know if you have a piece of paper, but I thought of this, that you could write down just a couple things, or you can do it later, make a note. and talk about what your why is. I know we hear it, what's your why? And sometimes I'm sitting there going, I don't know what my why is. Well, if you did know what your why is, what makes you want to be connected to yourself? What inspires you to be a better person? So don't think of it like, what's your why? Like you've got to have this global Mother Teresa meaning in your life. What is your why that gets you out of bed in the morning? What do you want out of your own life? You know, do you want cleaner skin? Do you want healthier looking skin? Do you want your eyes to be brighter? And I mean, I don't know. These are little things. Or do you want more global things? Like, I want to be able to travel the world. I want to, you know, go to Bali and experience a massage like everyone else. You know, the FOMO thing. Like, what is your own personal why? And what is your ritual? What will inspire you? Because I pick my cards, I do my vibration, I have my little MB box that I can put little goals for the day in. This does not take that long. I know it seems like you need a whole day just to do the rituals. It's very easy. I open up my Marianne Williamson book and I'm just like, read it. It takes a second. Seriously. I have my little green glass with my salts that I take, you know, some other stuff while I take my trio and my oils. So I'm drinking this down. I'm thinking I'm infusing my body with whole food nutrition. I'm like one step ahead of it today. And I haven't even started my day yet, right? So just think of what your why is and create your why. Forget about if you don't know what your why is. Trust me, some days I don't know what the heck my why is. But create your why. If you had a why, what would you want it to be? Who inspires you? Who do you want to be like, and make it your own and own it for you? Not for someone else, but for you. Because we are our own, you know, we are on our own path. And it's so easy with social media to think, oh my God, they're doing everything. Oh my God, they got to SSC. How the hell did they do that? What the heck's, you know, and you're seeing your bank account dwindle. You're traveling all over. You're buying support material. You got to just stay true to you. And don't compare yourself to anyone else, because it's so easy. Trust me, I know it's easy to do that. You know, I'm looking at the people in Australia. Oh my gosh, look at their gowns. And oh my, right, Sylvia? Sylvia's going, yes, I know. You know, I mean, it's true. Like when I was in Phoenix, I thought, I can't believe people that aren't here, because this is the most extraordinary experience. Saving all these seats in this section and seeing Sylvia up on stage. I have goosebumps. But, you know, sometimes if you're not able to do something good for yourself. You know, go make 10 calls and sign up for people and make a difference for them, right? So create your why. Create what your invitation is from your heart and soul, okay? What is your invitation to change and to make a difference for yourself and others? How would you like to be invited? How would you like to be included versus excluded and feeling like, shoot, I can't keep up with these people. I'm tuning out. I'm going to like leave this meeting right now. I'm not even getting on a training call because I'm so overwhelmed with all these other people doing all this amazing stuff. That's what we're making it mean. So what invitation would you like to help the people in our lives? What would you like someone to say to you? So, you know, I look at somebody and I go, would you like to prevent illness and disease? How many people do you see on Facebook? And I live in Palm Desert. It's a huge community for recovery from drugs and alcohol. And every freaking day I see people that have what? The big C, from the lineage of the wreckage of their life. But now they're sober and they want a chance to live. And what happens? You know, oh my gosh, their past catches up to them. So here's an opportunity. How would you like to prevent that illness and build up your body with reservoirs, regardless if you're a sober human being today? Even for the regular people out there, I mean, we see that. We're all, you know, we have a lineage of our family of origin. We don't know what we have our weak zones, right? Even if we're not a recovering alcoholic or addict, we could have other challenges, emotional challenges. We could have things in our family heritage, you know, with high cholesterol, high blood sugar levels. There are a huge amount of things. Some people even here, thinking, I'm going to get sick. I'm just waiting for my day. Do you ever meet people like that? They're like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get cancer. Like, I hope I don't get all these things. Well, this is one company of powerful messages for the mind, body, spirit that we can put in great deposits in this body of ours called our temple. So we want to encourage people to build reservoirs of healthy deposits at a cellular level. So if someone comes up to me, I'm a vegan, I don't need you. Hello, do you travel? Do you have stress in your life? Do you ever, what's your family of origin lineage? Let me look at your blood. Let me see what's going on. Then they're like, what do you mean look at, healthy people need what we have too. Because there's emotional health, there's spiritual health, there's financial health. Health is not just if my blood looks good today, because tomorrow's a whole new day. We don't know what challenges. There could be a death in the family. There could be a divorce. We don't know what could happen that could bring us down or at least, knock us down a little bit, right? So no one is perfect in this world. I hate to tell us. We're not perfect. So, take a moment to write down and create your why later and write down what you would want an invitation to others to be in your life. What inspires you? What has made a difference for you that you want your friend, the person you just met, you want to make a difference and you just want to leave them even feeling touched, moved, and inspired, regardless if they sign up today and start taking the product. Because they could be thinking about it. We got to remember, we're planting seeds. It's not like, okay, come in and get your oil change, goodbye. Do you know what I mean? It's like we are planting seeds that we may have a solution for them to feel peace of mind, because stress can really make the blood look out of balance. So even though we eat healthy, we may have other fears, underlying fears, that if we're taking our Juice Plus and every day we're like infusing our body with life force, that's powerful. You can't duplicate that. You can't go to some meditation class or pretend that, something's happening when you're not physically doing it. Okay, so as we're doing this process and whatever you guys create as your daily ritual, I'm interested in knowing. I would love for you to say, what is your daily ritual that makes a difference for you? Because you're inspiring me. You may do something that I may want to add. I'm not doing something that's like right or wrong. It just inspires me at a cellular level and makes me feel connected to who? Myself. Because if I'm not connected to me at the beginning of the day, how am I going to connect with you guys? How am I going to reach out and go, Molly, I want to make a difference for your community if I feel like I'm some lost person, that I don't amount to anything? So we're going to find ourselves in the process of doing all this. And what we really want to do is live to our higher self. We don't want to be around people that bring us down. That's not exciting to me. To be around people who are either complaining or they're living life just to get by and they're not very healthy and they complain about it. Have you ever met people like this? Like they're complaining about they have no energy, but they won't even look at Juice Plus. They're just drinking coffee. They go out every night. They're around negative people and they don't know why they're not changing. So we don't have to say, oh, we have the way and you guys, you're wrong and we're right. But it's like, how wouldn't this make a difference for you if you could do one simple thing each day that could make a difference to your health and vitality? Then you get special connection with these people. We don't have all the answers. What I'm inspiring within myself right now by even leading this training is I'm thinking of more questions I can ask myself to inspire me, to give myself that like edge or connection that I will push through whatever obstacles I'm feeling today. Like, oh, I don't have enough money in my bank account, or, how am I going to like have, time today to blah, 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 or how do I get started making these calls? Okay, I'm going to write 5 of these potential team member profiles and I'm going to follow up. We're in charge of our own train here. So we have the tools in this company. We have we have a million tools, as you guys know, and I really appreciate these calls for sharing more tools with us, because sometimes there might be one little thing like the I am cards or this Go for No book that may all of a sudden bring awareness to some area that I didn't even know I was blocked in. That's what I'm talking about, seeking. Like when I read this, You're a Badass at Making Money, there were a couple chapters that really touched some core issues within my family of origin that I was like, wow, I didn't even know I was clinging on to some, I'm not going to say negative, but I wasn't really having access to who I really am. And I was almost afraid of myself. I was afraid of my own power, right? So let's see. So the blood test, the lymphatic health is something that you guys can use, even if you're not a microscopist. You can tell them that you have done a lot of reading and investigating that people's lymphatic systems are very congested because of toxicity in the air, because of lack of hydration. Because, it's very rare that I see someone really hydrating. They drink water, but I myself am guilty of this because I think I'm drinking a lot, but at the end of the day, we should be drinking at least 1/2 our weight in ounces, okay? And then if you're in a hot climate or you're working out or you want to make more changes, you really should be drinking 1 liter for every 30 pounds of weight. That's a lot of water throughout the day. So you're basically going to be peeing your way to health. Constant. Because sometimes when you have to pee, don't you go, again, I have to, And I remember Dr. Young, who taught me the microscopy, said, the best thing you can tell your clients is to pee their way to health. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm not going to tell them. And that's what I tell them, because a lot of times I've noticed women, we're so busy in our life with kids and this and that, whatever. Like I didn't want to take the time to pee. Now, every time I pee, I celebrate. It sounds crazy, but celebrate every time you pee because you're ridding your body of all those built-in acids. Okay. That's important. You can't hold in all this stuff. So it's all about pushing through the obstacles. It's about creating your ritual. It's about creating your why. It's about breathing and realizing there is not one book. There's not one deck of cards. There's not one thing that you can do that is going to get you to NMD today. There isn't. You're creating your own path, and that inspires me. Each person, when I went to the Phoenix event, it was so cool. Each person had their own vision, their own whys. One person had inflammation. They were a, athlete, and they took the Juice Plus, and guess what? They were out of pain. Wow. Okay. That's pretty informative right there. I was like, wow, people don't make this shit up, right? And I love this because I made this. This is kind of for my work, but I'll just show you my little, it's not really a vision board. It's more, well, it kind of is, but it's for my business. And I put all the people on this, and all my quotes and stuff give me the inspiration each day of what gives me my why. And, my kids are on this. I've got even Josh and my son. Josh is on this. I've got, just different anchors on this thing. And it's really important. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's important to create these vision boards because it's not like, okay, I want a Mercedes-Benz in 3 weeks. Okay, that's not what mine's about. Mine goes to the core, like surround yourself with people who make you hungry for life, touch your heart, and nourish your soul. That inspires me. Now, if you want to put a big fat 4-carat diamond on yours, and that inspires you, then put it on, right? There is no obstacles here. So find some quotes you love, find what anchors you into you, and create a board that you can look at every day that can inspire you. It's not about me. It's not about Lauren. It's not about whoever, right? It's about you. And until we face ourselves in this path, I don't care how many freaking tools we have. It's not going to work if you're not open to push through the obstacles. So when you get in your car today or whatever you're doing and you go to some red lights, turn that around and make that your gift, because it's going to make you more resilient and to persevere through a lot of these obstacles of life. That's what it is to me. We're not always going to be able to eat perfectly. We're not going to always be in the mood. Do you feel like I'm unstoppable? If you do, you're lying. Okay. You know, it's hard. I mean, it's not easy, but guess what? We can turn it around. We can drink a glass of water. We can, you know, just by looking at my little, you know, capsules, I already feel like life force. Why? Because every day when I take this, I anchored this in to mean I'm infusing my body with life force. So I may not feel like $1 million today. I mean, I did today, but if I don't, every time I take my Juice Plus, I've already anchored. I already know that I'm like, I plugged myself into life force. So when you look at your community map, you know, that can inspire you because we're more connected than we really think we are. You know, some days don't you feel like, oh my God, who am I going to reach out to? Call somebody that you already freaking know and tell them your truth. Tell them what your fears are. Don't act like you don't have any fears because everyone has fears. Trust me. Even healthy people have fears. So this is about a community of people who are getting together to support each other in a journey called life. Life force, right? It's not about like just Juice Plus, these capsules, okay? I talked to one woman, she's sidelined. I don't know, she was taking the product from some cousin. And she said, I'm going to take this product every day for the rest of my life because I have certainty that this is making a difference for me because that's what I make it mean. Because what certainty does anyone have in life anyway, right? When you get in your car, you put your seatbelt on. All right, you put your seatbelt on. But if you don't drink your water and pee and take your capsules and make calls and make yourself vulnerable, you're going to feel like you're dying. So be courageous today. Create your why. Create some little bullet points of what you would want your invitation to others to be. How do you get inspired by others? If someone wants you to go on a trip or go out tonight, what inspires you to be around certain people and other people it's easy. No, I don't want to do that. What is your reasoning for that? Because I know some days I'm like, no, I'm not really interested. Why? Because I'm not interested in being around that person. They don't inspire me. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes with my kids, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just have to like, you know, I have to push myself to greater lengths. Why? Sometimes they can be a little, you know, nagging or I want this. All right, go get it. You go get your own job and go get it. You want a $200 leather skirt, go get it, right? So we need to find who we are within ourselves. So today, I am the real deal, and I'm playful. I'm going to play, and I'm excited. So that's what it has to be. So I don't know if anyone has any questions. This training is really on, to me, it's kind of recruiting ourselves to be the best we can be. So it's kind of like self-recruiting. We're recruiting ourselves to live the best life that we can today. Not tomorrow and not yesterday, today. So you're recruiting yourself, self-recruiting. How do you want to be a better person? How do you want to inspire others? And those people, I guarantee you, will want to join your team. Why? Because they're going to want what you got. Whether they have it today or not, they're going to want it. And I know I want it. So does anyone have any questions on the blood, on lymphatic health, on anything I've talked about? I know this isn't like go to your little, you know, the comp plan thing. And, you know, this is on something totally different. It's about healthy and getting others, because most of the people that I give the invitation to, a lot of people say, I'm already healthy. Like, kind of go away. I don't need you. That's what I hear in my listening. So now I'm turning that around to, you know, are you really healthy? What is healthy to you? So that's what I ask questions. It's the power of questions. So when you go out there and you get, you know, no is not an option. Because you cannot be healthy enough, okay? You cannot be healthy enough. I guarantee you, if I pricked one of your fingers and you think you're really, really healthy, I guarantee you I'm going to find somewhere where you're out of balance. Because no one is perfect, ever, in life, okay? Any age, worldwide, and this is just a gift of my life. So that's what I made it mean, and changing our meaning to a lot of things and being tapped into a lot of these calls helped me to realize that some of my fears are real because I feel them, but they don't have to overpower me. Okay. So thank you guys. I think I've gone on. I'm inspired. Does anyone have any questions or comments or anything? And
I have plenty of comments. I think I hope you understand how amazing this training was. I'm dying to see it fully. I just jumped in because I was finishing up some work, and I got to tell you, this is the best way to wake up. It's like what is it? Whatever the coffee commercial was, that's what it feels like. The best part of waking up is whatever. I have what I loved about it is that you touched upon several things that I feel have always been have been talked about. Sorry, but have never been like the additional thing that is exciting me is that I get to make it my own. That there's not a perfect, that it's like one standard answer is not what we're aiming for. It's what really triggers you, what really inspires you, what really lights you up, so that everyone else around you or whoever you're approaching lights up the same way. That's the key, I feel. I feel that many times I try to just put the glove that is not for my hand, and I put it on anyway, and it's like awkward and kind of like tight. And it frustrates me much more. And I feel that already you're predisposed to a lot of no's, but if you start focusing on the things that really just guide you here, and focus on the results that you've gotten so far, the good results, I think that your steps become a little lighter, and you become a little more playful, and your eyes have a little more sparkle. To me, everything you mentioned right now, like right, one of the questions I had and that I've had all my life is like, well, how much water should I be drinking? And finally, I get, you should be drinking a liter of water and pee your way to health. Because one of the things that I was doing was I was drinking and I was going straight to the bathroom. I was going, oh my God, no, I can't do this. Like I was like stopping in the middle of the highway and just like running out of my car to be able to keep up with my drinking. I guess it's the new drinking problem. But anyway, thank you very much. I'm gonna have to look through the whole thing to be able to. I made some, like, I literally had a napkin at hand, and I have been just jotting down every little inch of that napkin to be able to take it back and start working on it immediately after the call. So thank you.
And it's important, you guys. Like, I've been doing the blood testing for 20 years, and the comment that I get back a lot, and these people, some people have 4-stage cancer, some people are just want to make some distinctions for themselves. And a comment I get back a lot is that, thank you, because it gives me the leverage to see beyond just a phlebotomist taking vials of blood and sending it to the doctor, which is important too. But it's actually seeing your blood and seeing the shape and the form and what's going on at a deep cellular level. And the dry test that I do is the coagulation test. And it's actually a map of your body from the past, the present, and what can be a precursor to the future. So this dry coagulated blood that you think is like weird is a science, and it shows you what's going on at a deep cellular level, emotionally and physically, that has had markers within your system at a cellular level. So that empowers me a lot. And, some people are like, well, it'll take more than the Juice Plus. Well, yes, if someone's very sick, they may have to do a protocol that's more intense, of course, and that's something I can guide people through. But the day-to-day person needs more deposits, I guarantee you. And that's the power of, perseverance of what we do and who we are as a human being, and not being perfect and not wait to be like this perfect person to approach someone, because that's something I had deep inside that was I have to show up in this more perfect way. Like I have to look, I have to have this in order to do that. And that's false. That's some belief I made up in my head. And to trust this process, trust this community, trust yourself, and believe in yourself, believe that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, like right now. And the last thing that I, keep on my little list of bullet points is love. Love yourself, love others, love unconditionally, and just be who you are. And that is amazing to me, because I've met more incredible people in this community than any other community. And I've been part of other companies, and there's just something about us. There's an authenticity and a groundedness that I don't know what it is about Juice Plus, but it's something that is very special to me and sacred, because there's a community of people that aren't afraid to be themselves and to share, like, oh my God, I had an eating disorder, or I was really overweight and I need to lose weight, or whatever it is. We're supportive, no matter if you're in, the direct line, sideline. Like, that is an extraordinary feeling that I have within my heart of like safety, of persevering, and being able to like screw up a little bit, and no one's going to sit and make me like, okay, go to the back of the bus right now and you're an idiot, right? And I just keep thinking, who will be a yes for me today? Who will be a yes? Because my old self, I was like, oh my God, I'm afraid to call Susie Jones and it's going to be a no. Like, in my head, before I even freaking picked up that phone, I already had, and I didn't realize it, I had this like negative energy within me, like, oh my God, I wonder if oh my God, they're going to reject it. Like, oh, I don't want to feel that pain, or what am I going to say? They're not going to want to talk to me again. Like, I had this whole freaking story. I don't know if you guys do this. I'm sure no one does. But then I started turning around. Who's going to be a yes for me today? Because even if someone's no, I can still love them anyway. If people make a mistake in my life, I can still love them anyway. If they're an asshole, I can still love them anyway, right? And that's a new way of being for me, because I was so coming from not that place, where love people anyway, even if they don't do what you want. Like, shit, what does that mean? I got to let go of a lot of control, a lot of insecurity, a lot of stuff, just to accept people for who they are today. The no, the yes, the maybe, who cares? Because I can still take gifts from that experience and add it to myself. So that's where I like to be in my life always, is, it's going to be a yes. Even if it's a no, it's a yes, right? And I haven't even read this book yet, Go for No. So maybe I just read the book in my head. Anyway, thanks, Andreas. Thank you guys for being on today. I don't know if you have any other questions. I'd love to come to your area and blood test. It's my passion. I love showing people what's going on at a deep cellular level. It really makes a difference for people.
Okay, so speaking of which, what will we need to do to get you to Los Angeles? I want to get the test.
All right. Well, come on down to San Diego. I've got my scope here for 2 more weeks. Otherwise, I can come to Los Angeles after like July 20th. I'm going to DC on the 12th through the 18th to visit my daughter, which I can bring my scope there. I think there's another woman, I forgot. I met her at the conference. I forget what her name is. Was her name Molly too? She's a physical therapist. Who am I thinking of, you guys? Oh, well, I'll find her card. She lives like in the DC area. You know her. Oh, well. But I would love to come into LA. I would love have my car, have it, whatever. I can put my scope, and just to see if anyone's seen their blood. It's pretty extraordinary.
Okay, we'll talk and we'll organize it. We'll make it happen.
And organize. Come to San Diego, everybody. It's gorgeous here. I've got the sunlight coming in on my computer. Any other questions? Are we good? I have a little day in the life document that I can post, and you can transform it. It's on a Word document, and you can change it to something that you want. Look at those sexy, woo. Someone's at the pool. I'm jealous. I got jelly, right? FOMO. I've got this document, and you can change it to be what you want it to be, but basically it's like get up, drink lemon water, take your juice plus, eat 70-30 or 75-25. So it's pretty basic, but I use it for all my clients, and it's called A Day in the Life. So I'm more than happy to share that, and you guys can transform it into your life and add things maybe to read, draw a card. I don't have all that on, but it's more of a it does say write a gratitude at the end of the day. Write the things you're grateful for, because you want to go to sleep thinking of positive things. You don't want to go to bed in fear, like, oh my God, how am I going to pay my cell phone bill or whatever. You want to go to bed feeling grateful, not like scared to death, right? Because we're not scaring people to death in this community. We're inspiring people to life. So there's just a different balance of where you come from in your energy, right? Because like the doctors can scare people to what? Death. Because that's their job and that's what they know, and God bless them. But my mission is I'm here to inspire people to live. No matter what. Like, no kidding. So that's my kind of mantra. I don't want to scare anybody to anything. We're already good enough at that. Take the ball and run, right? So anyway, thank you. I don't know what next week's call is on, but I'm really grateful that I was asked to be on today and created this training. And I'm glad you guys got something out of it. And I'm here for you. If you want your blood done, if you want to talk, if you have books or things that inspire you, I want to know, because it's always about constant and never ending, right?
Thank you so much, Mary Beth.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Hey, Mary Beth, how do we contact you, by the way?
Oh, you want my cell phone or do you want my email?
Whichever you want. I love cell phones, but whichever you